Aloha kako lahui o Iopa MaunaKea Keia ko inoa. The idea behind this movement would say that started when with my band Bruddah Kuz, playing music at all of these different community events. We started to do the service in our community too as well, to set up the event and then play music during the event and then cleaning up the event, which led to me needing help because all of a sudden now we needed help doing this community projects. It was basically a way for me to mentor other men in being of service in their community and mentoring these other men who was basically close to me at the time. The idea came to bring them closer, to house them, to create, program training, to create jobs, and hence the Men of Pa'a and Kanaka O Puna was born, because without the band and the music of Bruddah Kuz, then the Men of Pa'a, and then now with our 501c nonprofit organization, Kanaka O Puna, which Kanaka O Puna means being stewards of Puna.
Hey, what? You going my way? I never went to war, but you can get right.
Well, I was driving Highway 132, and I probably passed by you. And then I suddenly came up to this sign, and it said, "Can I get a ride?" Looking up and down and all around, and going round and round in Pahoa town.
So what we normally do is we bring in the men from the justice systems, and they come and then they start living in our clean and sober house.
I was doing about 2 years in jail. I got out on June 8, 2018, and I've been sober ever since. And I was planning on running. I was planning on running the day I got released from jail. I was planning on walking away like I always did. But I walked out, and the first thing I go and do is go to light a cigarette. And I light a cigarette, and wouldn't you know, a guy comes walking up to me and tells me, "Hey, cuz, you gotta go over there and smoke your cigarette." And I looked at him and I said, "Who the hell is this guy?" Little did I know it was Iopa MaunaKea. I didn't know who he was at the time. I just looked at this man and I was mad. I was like, "Who is you for telling me to go smoke this cigarette someplace else?" And you know what I did? I went over there and smoked the cigarette where he told me to. But I had a big resentment at first. Like, who is this guy? Little did I know he was going to be the man to help save my life.
The Kane, they needed to change first the way they think and what they do and their behaviors. Next thing you know, they're getting better. Next thing you know, their family is getting better. And then after that, who benefits from that is the community, because now we've got productive members in our community is willing and able to come and do service in our communities.
For me, I was involved in alcohol, and I was doing drugs. And, I never knew that having so much guilt and shame would bring me to the depths of hell, you know what I mean? And, I started doing bad things and ended up hurting my family, losing my job, and just hurting everyone around me. I ended up in jail, and I was looking at 65 years in jail, and how I got out of jail was following directions. How I got out of jail was doing something I never did to get something that I never had. And for me, it was working with 12-step program. For me, it was following directions, not my interpretation of what they're saying, but exactly what they're saying to the point. Because my whole problem was my perspective and how I saw things. You know what I mean? And here with the menopause, we get so much practice with shifting our perspective and changing our old ideas with new ideas. Since I've been with the menopause, I've made amends with my family. I paid my uncle back. With Nana, she gave me a lifelong living amends. She said, to make things right, keep on doing what I'm doing. So I've been doing what I'm doing.
There's this piece about recovery and resilience from 2018 lava flow. And so there's a lot of talk that's going on and how we're going to do this and how we're going to improve the roads and how we're going to improve the infrastructure. And so one of the things that I saw was that we needed to stop talking and we needed to engage in some action plans. And so February of 2020, I developed my own strategic action plan and I started to engage this action plan. And what happened, it turned out to be what I call Aina-based recovery and then Aina-based stewardship. We need to reteach ourselves how to take care of our land, our Aina. One of the ways that we're doing it is we're actually going on the roads, in the streets, and in our subdivisions and cleaning up the place, picking up all of the trash, and trying to secure the place. If we see something, do something kind of thing.
With Iopa, he commandeers roads wherever we go, so you don't have to have our name on top.
Just like today, we were up there at the lot that we just acquired for Kanaka O Puna, which was run down, a lot of bad things going there, drugs, people squatting. We went in there today with a big group of men, tore the shed down, pulled everything out, pulled all the rubbish, got it ready. We're gonna have the dumpsters come in a week or two, fill those things up. They're gonna take all the rubbish. There's a lot of different plants growing that the previous owner left there. So before we go in there with the bulldozer, what we wanna do is we wanna go in there, save what we can, bring what we can, plant it over here, and eventually take it back there once we clear that area.
Aina-based recovery and Aina-based stewardship really grows hand in hand with planting and cultivating food. You prepare the soil, you plant the seed, you water it, you cultivate it, you weed it, and then harvesting, and then actually getting it into our community's hands.
So we have about little over 1,000 huli in the ground right now, growing, pololu variety. We got uala, sweet potato, we got like 4 different types of kalo, 2 different types of bananas, ulu trees, lemon trees, orange trees.
Working in the kalo patch, propagating kalo, propagating mamaki, working the tea leaves, weed whacking, lawn mowing, building rock walls, plumbing, you name it. We practically do just about everything here.
We start work here at 7, we work till 3:30 in the afternoon. Some days it's just me and Ian over here working. Iopa might be going in and out throughout the whole day doing different things. Every day he has us on Zoom, whether it's going to a meeting for about the justice systems, for about Pohohiki, for about Vibrant Hawaii, just all these different meetings.
One of our projects is engaging county government, HPD, mayor's office, prosecuting attorney's office, Department of Public Works, and then Department of Environmental Solid Waste Division to coordinate and facilitate massive community cleanups. We have to malama and take care of our Aina, and if we do not do that, I think we're going to have a hard time recovering from our last episode of Tutupele, should you say. Mailana mai kau, ma kau kau.
Ai.
Pa.
Malana mai ka ume kuna me hilo, ele mai kona me kohala me hamakua e ka ele o waipio e pola o mahiki, e uka o wai mea he awa ka wai hai, e kupe no ka waa o poli ahu, e pala mauna awa kea i luna, Paakua hivi kia li'i I ka waa, ohohia I ka hana ana apue,
Normally I asked him for security for the event itself, but since our event is in the church this time, they're going to control the traffic.
Basically, cars don't come inside it. It's overflow parking. Okay, park everybody over there. Oh, if they like park, we just bring them in. I don't care. We just go. Okay, just go with the flow. Okay, go with the flow.
This is not our first rodeo with the men of Pa'a. I think this is like the third or fourth event that their services with our church.
And the reason why I saw you ate is spiritual.
This year gonna be busy. we're gonna be busy. We're gonna be probably busier than we ever been before. I bring in the whole public testing over to KOP. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna, one day out of the week we're gonna set up 5 tents in front of the kind, bring the cars in and test. Once I got that going and we get them going, then us guys can test too. And then I also see us like corner call us. They say, okay, bro, we get this, okay. Boom, I'll like stay over this night. I'm gonna do something this day. Boom, we come in, we stay over, then we take care of you tomorrow. Sunday we go home. So everything is dependent upon the COVID-19, right? But we are already equipped to handle the different scenarios that come to us. We're ready for when they open up big time, and we are right here already doing them when it's small, and we always can go back to our Aina-based recovery, Aina-based stewardship pieces, even without the community service pieces that we normally get to. Hui Malama Olana o Iwi puts on this event every year. And at first, and this was like 10, 15 years ago, we were working with them. So at first, they asked us to come and set up and clean up. And so for a couple years, we helped them set up this event and then clean up the event. And this event was about really taking care of the women in our community. Haircuts, nails, pedicures, health stuff for women, clothing, modeling, all that kind of stuff. And eventually, the third or fourth year, it turned out to be that they asked us to do hand and feet massages. And so the first year we did it, we got trained to do hand and foot massages, and we were doing it, and our line was the longest line, you know. And years after that, we've developed rapport with, especially our women in our communities. And with that, the women used to come every year to come and just have their hand and foot done by us. Good conversation. We meet up in the community, talk story, hi auntie, hello, everything. But what I told the guys is some of our guys wasn't comfortable doing that, and they felt like out of place of doing that. So I reassured them. I said, hey, you got to look at it as this way. You know, many of us in reintegrating back into our communities from the justice system, that means we were kind of like bad guys. So during that time, we hurt a lot of women along our ways. So I said, look at it this way. This is a way of us doing a living amends to the women that we hurt along the way. When we look at each other, this is where the things start, right here. And I've been doing this with Uncle Curtis and Uncle Mano for many, many years, and Polly for many years, right? This is something natural for us. It's just natural. And I can see now it's coming natural to you guys too now. We are organized. We are structured. We are productive. We are passionate. We are disciplined. We are committed. We are accountable. And we are responsible. Yeah. And with those principles in line and aligned, what we get is what nobody else gets. We get one undefined and unreal aloha in lokahi, in being united. And it starts right here at home. It starts right here in this circle right here, right now. You know, it starts with our mentorship pieces. It starts with us coming in together and do service. Yeah, it's right. We could be any place else, but no, we all chose to be right here. Right? We chose to be right here. Because we know that this is our foundation. That this is where everything begins for us.
One this way. Let's make one table go this way.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, can stay on the truck.
What about this?
Go on.
Water cooler. Everything stay there.
Yeah. It's going to turn the tables in many, many different ways. One is we working more. Two is we're gonna get work more. 3 is we're gonna be able to pass on the mentorship, the service, all of that stuff to others. And hopefully the idea is for them to keep coming back even after that piece too. Okay. When I deal with them too, I'm going to brief them privately to just them and all of that, and go over the same things that we're doing over there, so they're all on the same page.
Ika mo kupa papa kua kia olono kapa ola ikia wa kanalo o himai ke kane o himai o luna o himai o lalo o himai kauka o himai ke kai o himai kanalo o himai o luna o himai o lalo o himai kauka o himai ke kai oh my kai ke mai luna mai oh na
Don't you know, after all these years.
We're gonna get these 2 bags.
Come one at a time.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
You get much?
There is honor when we serve, right? And when we give away what was so freely given to us. You know, when we talk about Aina-based recovery and Aina-based stewardship, I don't think it gets any better than this. We come into the space, we're here for receive, we're here for take in, right? And I think I've seen that. I've seen some pretty amazing things going on too that makes me proud to be a part of this and be a part of the work and be a part of you and you a part of me.
All the springs opened and all the pickleweed taken away makes a huge difference, not only to us, to this local, to these mi'a, but to all of the coastline in Kona, and then to all of the world. You know, every drop of fresh water we can get out there, we need. So mahalo to all of you guys.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear, more insight of why we're doing what we're doing. And I tell them all the time, we not only got to know what we're doing, but why we're doing it. And we have this unbelievable relationship that we grow, that we cultivate, that we put in place everywhere we go, with whom we come across. Because, bro, we're losing that kind of stuff. A lot of us guys, young time now, we lost track of those kind of stuff, the Ohana values, the our cultural and ancestral responsibilities. Oh, we lost that kind of stuff. We gotta bring that back. I believe all of us, we have that, and just some of us just lost it along the way, but it's there. It's there. And we just gotta keep on looking, keep on moving forward, keep on being mindful of it, and continue to live our Ohana legacy and bring that legacy into today's society, and then cultivating it so that it works for us. Iopa.
Uhola ia ka makaloala, ua i ke alohala. Kukai ia ka haloala, pawehi mai nā lehua. Mai ko oku ia ka halawaila, mahalo e nā akua. Mahalo e nā kupuna la ea, mahalo me ke aloha.